The market is starting to heat up in a big way, guys. We are starting to see prices take off as we are sitting on an XRP up about 4% at the time of this recording, sitting at 54 cents, and an XLM Stellar Lumen up about 3.8% at the time of this recording. I want to get you all up to date with what's happening in this market with XRP XLM, as well as give you a special message at the end of this video that I think is very important for us all to listen to. All I ever ask is if you like talking XRP, XLM, digital assets, and more, go ahead and drop an X in the comment section below. Smash that like button below and share the video. Let others know what is truly happening in the digital revolution. As just yesterday, we saw that Ripple came out with a big announcement saying they had signed a deal to acquire Standard Custody. Now, this was huge as they are strengthening their product line. Adding Standard Custody does so much for them, guys, as Ripple now supports live commercial custody offerings in 20 regulatory jurisdictions and payments in 70 countries. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to be with the top companies in the world in blockchain. I want to hold assets on the XRPL like XRP. I want to hold an asset like XLM, which is the native token for Stellar, because this technology that Ripple and Stellar backs is groundbreaking and is going to help us with what David Schwartz says in this clip here.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to see, as real-world asset tokenization projects grow, I think the XRP Ledger is going to be a really good platform for them to launch on, particularly because of the low fees and because of the integration with the DEX, with the proximity to sort of the movement of funds. The ability, if someone's going to buy, what do you want to do with a real-world tokenized asset? You want to buy it, you want to sell it, you want to hold it, you want to transfer it. And if you want to buy it and sell it, you want to be able to do that with whatever asset is convenient for you. You don't want to tie, if you tokenize some sort of debt, like you don't want to tie it to US dollars, because then that limits access to it to people who have sort of proximity to US dollars. One of the things the XRP Ledger is good for is giving you sort of proximity to many different assets, and that exchange is seamlessly built in. So I think that's one of the many reasons why the XRP Ledger is going to be a good place to launch tokenized real-world assets. I think we'll see that in the next year, year and a half.
Cool. Yeah, and there's
The next year and a half is what we're going to see indeed, as tokenization is taking over the world. Ripple and Stellar are at the forefront. And what he just said there, and thank you, Jack the Ripper, for pointing this out, as he did say Ripple has just bought New York Crypto Trust Company. I understand why David Schwartz said last year that tokenization will happen in a year and a half, and trillions of dollars will flow into XRP, because companies that want to buy, want to sell, want to trade, don't want to just tie it to the US dollar. Like he said, they want it in proximity to any and every currency. Move these assets or move currencies, whatever need be, with cheap fees, fast transactions, and interoperability to make it happen a seamless fashion. Now, remember, this was put out a while back saying, remember when XRP soared 60,000% in 12 months from a fraction of a cent, so 0.006 to $3.84? Well, that was speculation. Now, with stronger partnerships and real world utility, the potential is staggering. What is your 2024 price prediction for XRP? I was watching a video by Mikkel earlier, and he was talking about how quickly, how swiftly the price of XRP has moved in the past, and how we know that that is typically what happens. And that is what I believe is coming for XRP as well. Now, moving on, we've got some stellar news here. Woke up in Accra to some great and relevant news. Yellow Card is integrating USDC on Stellar. This is a game changer for fast and secure cross-border payments in Africa. And by the way, this extends to users without traditional bank accounts. Talk about access. And so Danielle Dixon and Stellar have been moving into Africa for a long time. And I've since thought the past few years, as I've gotten more and more invested into XLM and watched Stellar, that this is just a brilliant move. Because why? Well, there's so much growth to be had in that continent. Africa has so many opportunities. It is literally endless. When you take a look at the United States in this traditional system, we don't have too much of a problem moving around money from state to state. Now, cross borders, that's different. However, when you take a look at continents like Africa and other areas where they are non-banked or underbanked, it is very difficult. Now, Africa's digital revolution gains momentum as Yellow Card introduces USDC on Stellar. We are thrilled to bring USDC on Stellar to users. They say this is a giant step, or a giant leap rather, forward for global payments, making it easier, faster, and more affordable for people around the world to access and utilize digital dollars. Now, also, this year is all about Stellar ecosystem understanding their needs and collaborating to tackle real-world challenges. First Stellar Africa ecosystem stop complete. Accra to set the bar high for an amazing time. Now, also Danielle Dixon said, soaking up every minute in Ghana with brilliant minds. This is Andrew Zpay, who works for my Zpay, which is essentially part of MoneyGram. You can receive MoneyGram directly through your Zpay money wallet. Guys, they have the infrastructure all over the world set up. Again, 367,000 offices for MoneyGram all over the world ready to make this happen. And so while you listen to fudders and you listen to people talk poorly about XRP and XLM, it makes you wonder, why are they doing this? Are they incentivized? Are they paid fudders? Why are they so negative, other than just not seeing price action happen immediately? Remember, this is investing, guys. Traditionally, the S&P 500 does about 7 to 9% per year, and that's considered good gains in the stock market. This is the only industry other than illegal industries where you can make phenomenal money in just a few short months. And we are now moving into a bull run, guys. Mr. John says, if Protocol 20, which we know is only 6 days away, mainnet vote goes lively that day, February 20th, phase 0 will start. This is the roadmap for smart contracts on the Stellar network. Ledger capacity for Sorbrand transactions starts low. This phase is for stability testing only. Now, Eleanor Tarrant says, my spidey senses were onto something. Quote, John Deaton, an attorney who has been a prominent advocate for cryptocurrency, is seriously considering running as a Republican in this year's U.S. Senate race for or against, rather, Democrat Elizabeth Warren, according to 2 GOP insiders with direct knowledge on his plans. If this does, in fact, pan out, Mr. John Deaton, you have my vote, and I can also assure you that I will be screaming from the rooftops to have you elected and get her out. Now, Eleanor Terr also put, what was that stat again? 900 million in non-crypto, so fiat currency money laundering versus 900,000 in crypto money laundering. And you got to love Mr. Majority Whip here, also pounding his fist on the table for some time about how, look, guys, Gary Gensler and these clowns are talking about how cryptocurrency is rife with fraud and how it is used as a form of payments for criminals. Well, that may be the case, but when you take a look at it in relationship to non-crypto fiat currency, it's not even close. So we have Mr. Gary Gensler trying to rug the market one more time here today as he says this.
Yeah, which is part of the attraction, since it's decentralized, and you can't have a profligate central bank.
It's not that decentralized.
Well, I know you're saying because of the ETFs, but really it is.
No, it's not that decentralized, because look how finance tends towards centralization since antiquity.
Right.
So what do? We have a handful of 3 to 6 core so-called crypto
I understand,
exchanges.
but the asset itself, the way that
That's
the
how the
distributed
accounting
ledger,
ledger.
right? That's how the ledger. And
now, how many times do you have people on this show that say, "I want to invest in something because how the books and records are kept"? I mean, Joe, really? It's just an accounting ledger, a clever.
It's a ledger that everyone has, and can't be double counted. It's almost immutable. That's why people think it has.
So you trust it more than an Oracle database, or you trust it more than a lot.
Oh, poor old Gary Gensler. The old shitbag just cannot stomach the fact that he got beat several times last year. He's still getting beat, and he had to suck it up and grant authorization to have the ETFs happen because, guys, the elites are above him and he is just a paid actor. Moving on, XRP will enable XRP to come to Flare and also other ecosystems through Layer Cake. This lets DApp developers build DApps that can interact with multi-cross-chain assets that will exist and already exist on Flare. Now, if hooks were on XRPL, which are coming, Flare, that would also serve its high-quality decentralized data to DApps built using hooks. Things are moving along quite nicely as we see Chad Steingraber coming out saying, as a comparison, BlackRock alone did a new money net inflow of 500 million yesterday. If XRP had the same net inflow using the BOA multiplier, it would add 5 billion to its market cap in just one day. Now do that every day, guys. That is what is coming as things are heating up in this market, and it will be tokenization, real world assets as a big narrative this year. And we can see that, you know, cross-border payments are never going to stop for Ripple, for Stellar, utilizing the XRPL with XRP as the token of choice and XLM as the native token of Stellar. But with that, we have opened the doors far and wide for tokenization. Now, I put this quote out here today. This is my direct quote where I said, someone commented in a video I did stating that it is scary how confident people are that a massive bull run is coming that may never come. Although that is a possibility, not likely. We see BlackRock as well as all big players are buying. If it all went to zero today, I could live with that. If I sat on the sidelines and let a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass me by, that would be much harder to stomach. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting thoroughly excited about this market. No fudder, no person of negative, pessimistic viewpoints is going to sway me or push me out of this market, as this, in my personal opinion, is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is the way to financial freedom, and I'm going to be there for every step of the way. I hope you are there with me as well. That's all I got for you for now. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you all in the next one.